Hi! Today I'm in a very special place, which is an ancient river mill. As many all over Portugal, for sure many can be found in Trás-os-Montes region. From I got inspired to cook today's recipe. Here the people would bring the corn grains or other type of grains to grind them and obtain flour to make a wonderful bread, for instance, like the one I will show you later. I would like to pay a tribute to Trás-os-Montes region. These windmills are powered with the strength of the water from small rivers like this. Before starting the cooking of this recipe, I'd like to toast with you with a Portuguese white wine named Cartucha. This wine is coming from the Alentejo wine region, specifically from Évora. This wine is from 2019, and nothing better than read what the producer writes about the wine. The Cartucha winery is owned by Eugenio de Almeida Foundation, a privately funded charity founded in 1963. Cartucha gets its name from the Cartucha monastery, where the Carthusian monks lived in silence and prayer since 1598, long time ago. Cartucha White 2019 is a classic white from the Alentejo wine region, produced from Antão Vaz and Arinto grapes, two grapes only, fermented in stainless steel vats and matured on the lees for 9 months with batonnage. This wine presents a citrus color. Its aromas are delicate and fine, with notes of citrus, fruits, and flowers with mineral hints. In the mouth, it is smooth, with a certain body, slightly acidic, with good depth and harmony. Cheers! It's an Alentejo wine. Today I will propose another very traditional Portuguese recipe called Feijoada, in English, beans stew. The most known variant of this recipe is coming from Trás-os-Montes and Alto Douro, the river. It's called Feijoada Transmontana. But if you allow me, today I would like to cook a very special recipe. It's a recipe of feijoada taught by my mother. One day, my mother told me, after I have served her with my recipe of feijoada, she told me, "Son, the student surpassed the teacher. Your feijoada is much better than mine." She was so happy, and so was I. As I told you, when we visited the ancient river mill, these are two types of bread. This type of bread is called yellow corn bread, for the Portuguese, broa de milho amarela. This type is called wet and rye bread, for the Portuguese, broa de trigo e centeio. This recipe is intended for 6 persons, but we will serve only 2. And the ingredients of my feijoada recipe are olive oil from the Trás-os-Montes region, specifically Porca de Mursa in the district of Vila Real, 150 grams of streaky pork belly, 600 grams of pork meat spare ribs sliced, 500 grams veal meat sliced, 1 chicken breast sliced, 1 pig's paw, 1 pig's ear, 1 chorizo. This one is from Lanego. 300 grams coarsely chopped onions, 250 grams sliced carrot, 350 grams cabbage sprouts, 350 grams cabbage leaves, 100 milliliters of beef broth, 1 kilo of beans. For the Portuguese, 1 kilo of feijão catarino. To season the meats, we will need 500 milliliters of white wine, 25 grams of garlic, chopped, 1 bay leaf, big, 10 grams of powdered paprika, salt and pepper at your taste. Put the veal meat and the pork meat, spare ribs, into a recipient like this. Join the garlic, chopped as shown, the bay leaf in pieces like this, the powdered paprika, salt, pepper, and more or less half liter of white wine to season the meat. And in the end, join the pieces of chicken breast and the streaky pork belly. Mix. Why I'm joining this type of meats in the end? Because during the cooking process I will use first the streaky pork belly pieces at the first, and then in the end of the cooking process I will use the chicken breast pieces of meat. Let it season for a few hours, but if you are in a hurry, 1-2 hours will do. Because we are using dry beans like this, we will need to cook them in water in a kind of pressure cooker like this for about 20 minutes after it starts boiling. The pig paw and the pig ear will cook in another pressure cooker with water, with some salt, little salt, and a little bit of pepper. They will cook until they are soft. After being cooked, slice the pig ear and extract the meat and the skin from the pig paw and reserve. Boil the chorizo in water for a few minutes. After the chorizo is boiled and cooled down, slice it like shown and reserve. Pour the olive oil and the coarsely chopped onions and let it fry without letting the onions to burn. After letting fry the onions, add the pork streaky belly. After, add the meats, the veal meat and the pork meat, spare ribs. Mix. Let it cook for a little while, just like this. Add the beef broth. Add the marinade where the meats have seasoned. Let cook the meats until they are tender in low temperature. Do not forget that we still need to add the chicken breast pieces. After a few minutes, add the chicken breast pieces and the carrots. Take out the meat and the carrots and the bay leaves in order to mix the sauce with the mixer. Mix the sauce with the mixer. Add the cooked meats. Add the cooked beans. Add some water where the beans have cooked. Add the carrots. Add the pig's ear. Add the pig's paw, meat and skin. Add the cabbage leaves and the cabbage sprouts. Ratify with some salt and pepper. Cover the cooking pan and let it stew at low temperature for a few minutes. Add some hot water where the chorizo have boiled, if needed. And if I could, I would really share with you the fantastic smell of Trás-os-Montes in our kitchen. Add the chorizo slides. Trás-os-Montes, it's a region at northeast of Portugal, divided in two districts, Bragança and Vila Real. Places that you cannot miss visiting. Chaves City with the castle, the Tâmega River with hot springs that can reach up to 74 degrees Celsius, the Romanic bridge from the 2nd century AD, the Bragança city with the castle, the natural parks of Montezinho and the Gimond village, the Pinhão with the train rides along the Douro River, UNESCO heritage, the rivers of Douro with canyons that reaches 200 meters in height, the Bridge of Miserela, a middle-aged bridge also known as Devil Bridge in Vieira do Minho. The side dish for this recipe is white rice. The quantity is intended for 2 persons. The ingredients are olive oil, the same as used for the feijoada, from Trás-os-Montes region, Porca de Mursa, 5 grams of fine chopped garlic, 50 grams of fine chopped onions, 100 milliliters of beef broth, 1 bay leaf, small, 1 cup white rice carolino, and 2 cups of water with same size of the cup used to measure the rice. Salt at your taste. Pour the olive oil into the pan. Add the fine chopped onions. Add the fine chopped garlic. Let fry a few minutes without letting the onions or the garlic to burn. Add the beef broth to refresh. Add the bay leaf until starts boiling. Add some salt. Add the cup of white rice and mix. Let it start boiling again. In the end, the white rice should look like this. On a rainy and fresh day like this, what would be better than to have a meal with a recipe like this feijoada? And even better, with a great red wine coming from Trás-os-Montes wine region. Yes, it's a marvelous region. I bring here this red Reserva wine from 2017 called Valpredinhos. This wine is a fantastic wine, and what's better than to read what the wine producer says about the wine. With this classically fashioned wine, I'm carrying on a cherished family tradition dating back to 1913, when my great-grandfather Manuel Pinto de Azevedo bought this old country house in these remote and beautiful hills of Trás-os-Montes. He planted Tinta Amarela, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Touriga Nacional vines, grapes, from which we now create this elegant and unique wine. I feel it captures my great-grandfather's romantic spirit of adventure and love of family occasions, which is when we enjoy drinking it the most. Like us, I hope you too will find these occasions to enjoy it. We did it. And this is signed by Maria Antônia Pinto de Azevedo Mascarenhas from the Valpredinhos house. I will pour it. I will smell it. I can feel some herbs from the wild forests and mountains. Oh, fantastic. Oh, very nice wine. This wine has a finish in the mouth of almost chocolate and berries, blackberries. See it. And voila, done with that.
Bom apetite!